G'day, we're ready to operate. For those of you who haven't seen it, I've just got my new Laminar flow hood right here, which is going to give us a nice sterile environment here. So if you want to see that, I'll link the video of the unboxing and setting it up. You can have a look at the Laminar flow got this one from Root Lab. A bit under $1,000 delivered, but for me, it's worth it. So what we're going to be doing today is a couple of different things. We're going to be inoculating our growth medium. This has been sterilized with a variety of mushrooms. We've actually got 7 different varieties we'll be doing there. I have some expanded mushroom liquid culture. This one is our pink oyster, which we will be putting into a syringe. And really interesting, we're going to take some of our petri dish grown mycelium and put that into liquid culture and see if we can continue this particular strain. And we've got 4 of those, which we may not have enough growth medium for at the moment. We've got yellow, pink, king oyster and maitake. So we'll see if we can actually grow those without contamination. Now, the easy bit. Here we have our sterilized growth medium. Little stirring bar sitting in the bottom there. We have to, of course, sterilize it with 70% isopropyl alcohol, particularly around the injection port. Let's wipe that down with a... I have also, by the way, sterilised, wiped down all of this area and everything in it with the isopropyl alcohol. I've turned the air conditioning off as well, so that we don't get any stray breezes blowing through. We have our stainless steel tray here so that it's not sitting on wood, which can be, of course, contaminants. We've got a metal tray, again sterilised, raising it up so that everything is fully within the airflow. Sterilised our hands, rubbed them down, and I think we should be good to go. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to expand out this one, which is our king oyster. So let's just make sure. I want to be really certain. I did sterilise these, but I should be doing this. Always do this in front, directly in front of our airflow. Let's take the lid off. And again, working from behind the airflow. So the air's coming through here, blowing across the top. We want to work from behind. So we're not putting our hands around in front of the airflow. Through the injection port. Oh, there we go. We've given it a good shake. And we're putting 20 mil in 250 mil of substrate. Substrate? No. Growth media. Now we have to label that. So to do so, I bought a cheap little $20 label maker, which I'll show you in a little while. But in the meantime, all we'll do is just sit that needle on top and place this out the way. So we know that's that one. Now, we also have, and I've sterilised this, pink oyster. We can see he's growing all up around the edge there. I've given this a good stir on my magnetic stirrer. So there is lots of mycelium growing in there, and it's time to get it out into some substrate. So we're going to get a needle, or the syringe we should say, that is sterile. Because I just got that down, we'll just give it another spray. Open our syringe up. No, open our needle up. I always get that the wrong way around, don't I? Take the cap off. Another spray just to be certain. And we're going to pull 20 mil out of here. So in it goes. Lean it over so we can get the culture. There we go, we've got 25 mil in there. Let's pop the cap back on. And we need to label this as our pink. So here's our next one. Again, being very careful to spray everything. It'll wipe down. This is one I really want to do, wine cap. So in front of the airflow, the work area, take that off, put our needle on, I know I did it, but let's just do it again. And in she goes. And we let that grow for a while. So this is what's going to be a really interesting one. I've got my Maitake spawn here in the petri dish and growing on an Agar plate. I have a sterilised jar of gross medium here, which we're going to loosen off, but not open. We need to open our plate, which means getting that parafilm off. There we are. I sprayed this with alcohol. Just leave that closed again. And one thing we do have to do with this blade, I can't work out how to put it on the handle yet, but we need to heat the tip to red hot. So we just want the very tip red hot. That'll do, I can see it glowing. Yep, that's it. That's going to cool down. I shall put it on my sterile surface. And because I've been out of the area, just redo my hands. So we lift this up into our airflow.
Show the camera.
There he is there. And we cut through our agar. Like so, that's quite a bit, but I want to be certain. And we would normally use tweezers to get this out. I dropped that one, so we're just going to cut another one. Try and get him out. Again, everything's sterile. Lift that up, we just drop it in. Now, I know that's probably way too much, but this is my first time doing it, and I shall stir that through, and we shall see if we get Maitakes growing. I'll seal that up again, but it's probably contaminated now. Label this with Maitake, and we shall see how we go with that. So I'm going to continue on and get all these done. We'll come back and have a look at what I've got left and a bit of a look at the label maker. Back soon. As I mentioned, if you've got handwriting like mine, it's probably worth getting a label maker, because which would you prefer? Illegible scrawl or nice neat label and a dog? So this is the one I got. Cost me an entire $20 with a roll of stickers. You do a little lap. We can see we're going to do that. I'll just print one out. Here he comes. Tear it off. And we have a nice little sticker. That's not that interesting. So let's have a look what we've achieved. As you can see, we've cut big chunks out of the agar. I know it's much bigger than we need, but I'm new to this. We've ended up with the agar sitting inside our growth medium, which I shall stir on our magnetic stirrer. And over here, this is what we've got. We have portobello, second generation. So this is what we're going to use later to inoculate our grain spawn. We have Mataki. That's a yellow agar. There's a King Oyster P2. Wine cap P2. A syringe of ready-to-use pink oyster. Oh, our pink from Agar. And over here, here's one that's been mixing for a little while. King Oyster from Agar. That's a mixed one. Agar. Yeah, that's yellow agar. So we need to do a label for that one. And King Oyster P3. So we'll let that grow. But it means we've got a yellow ready to go as well. So this will go into some grain spawn, which we'll get done today. I think all up we spent probably $120 on P1 type liquid culture, and we must have ended up with probably $1,000 odd worth here. So it's just paid for the Laminar flow hood. Hopefully. That's one way of looking at it. Anyway, what do you reckon, guys? We're going to have any success? We've got liquid culture coming out the kazoo. It's going to be fun to try. I'm going to get my grain spawn on now. Got to sterilise that up, inject some of it, and we'll come back and have a look to see how it's growing. I actually don't hold out much hope for these agar plates to survive. I think they'll get contaminated now, but I'm not worried. They were there initially just to test that our liquid cultures were okay and not contaminated. But I thought we'd give it a shot. We'll run a lottery, see if it works. What do you reckon? Let me know in the comments if you think these will contaminate or not, and if the chunks we threw in the liquid culture mixture is actually going to grow without contamination. So, like, subscribe, hit the old bell icon. You guys enjoy life. I shall catch you in the garden.